All right, what we're looking at is called a CAPTCHA. We've all used them before online on computers, and it's used to determine if you're a human or a robot, because humans can detect patterns quite easily, and we can detect them in letters and numbers even more so easily. Look at that third line. We know what to discard, these little lines on the far left and one above the U, so that we can read this very easily as AU968N9D. That's easy for us to do because we can detect those patterns. So read this. All right, let me try it for you. The human brain can spot patterns even when they make no sense. However, this does not make the patterns correct, although we can spot them quite easily. So Revelation 13:18, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and the number is 600, 666. What's the formula used to determine that number? Doesn't say, does it? How are you ever going to determine what totals up to 666? Without a formula or pattern, there's no way of knowing if my name, by the way, Greek and Hebrew both use number equivalencies, letter number equivalencies in their languages. So if my name is Saul, do I calculate that number based on that? Or do I use the Greek equivalence of Paul? Because John wrote it in Greek. But John was a Hebrew, so should we use Hebrew word number equivalency instead of Greek? Are we looking for a title of an office or just the person's proper name? Do we have his middle name included, or do we exclude that? We don't know. There's no formula given for how to determine 666. And without a formula, here's what people do. Walt Disney, 666. And it's a valid search. Because there's no formula given, that means Wild West. You can search any way you want to. So that's just as valid as this, where we find 666 in Google. And my favorite, Taco Bell. 666 found in Taco Bell. Because there's no formula given about how you find it, so you can find it anywhere, in anything. Maybe even use Latin. Revelation 13:17. And he, that is the Antichrist, provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark either in his name of the beast or the number of his name. So let's look at those words, name and number, see if they have extra meaning. Now, the word number, arithmos, can also be translated as a multitude. In fact, John does so in chapter 20, verse 6. So he's no stranger to using it that way as a multitude. So a number is a multitude. Now the word name, onoma, in the reputation of, if I pray in the name of Jesus Christ, I am not Jesus Christ. I am praying on behalf of, in the reputation of Jesus Christ. So in the name of can mean a little bit different. Now let's look at this real quick. This is the Chi stigma. That is Greek for 666. It's lifted right out of a manuscript. So this is exactly what it looks like in manuscript writing. What if it looked like this? And we'll get back to the names and numbers in a moment. But look at this, 666. What if it looked like this? This is actually called the Bismillah. So here they are side by side, on one above the other. The Bismillah is on top, and it means in Aramaic, the in the name of Allah. Now, it was first used in the year 625 A.D. John was writing in the year 92-ish A.D. So for hundreds of years, you had scribes looking at what kind of looked like a child's dyslexia, turning a D backwards or an N backwards. They would look at this and go, I know what that's supposed to be. I recognize the pattern. Because remember, it didn't exist in their time for hundreds of years. They just thought it was miswritten, and they repaired it. They turned it the way it should be. Now, in English, we write left to right, but we can also understand vertical writing. You see the words Hotel, flashing and lights, vertically written. We still understand it, and turns out you can do the same thing with the word Allah. This is it right here in red. That is a fancy way of writing the word Allah. So here they are together. Allah, Allah as it's normally written, and the Greek word stai, all beside them. Can you see how a scribe would mistake the two? Now, let's go back to here's wisdom. The word count can also be translated as reckon or decide, just like in English. And the word number, which we already went over, is a multitude, can be translated as a multitude. So now let's retranslate the sentence. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding reckon the multitude. Decide the multitude of the beast. For it is a multitude of a man, and his multitude is in the name of Allah. Multitude of a man, that is Muhammad, his followers, his multitude, and his multitude come in the name of Allah. Now it says that they will have this on their forehead or their right hand, right? Who's going to write 666 on their right hand? Well, this is the Bismillah. And this is what fundamentalist jihadists wear on their forehead. You've seen this before. In the name of Allah. Here it is on the right arm. Now you say right arm, I thought it meant right hand. Well, it just turns out that the word dexios means right hand or side. So that is exactly what 666 can reliably be translated into.